Hello, how are you guys? How is everyone today? Apologies for being a little late. We're about 15 minutes late. We had some technical difficulties with everything, actually. Each one of the devices was giving me problems, so hopefully everything is working. Hopefully I'm live. Hopefully I'm on both channels. I don't think I'm on Twitch. That stinks. Am I on YouTube? Let me know if you guys could see me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Like I said, I've been trying to deal with technical difficulties, so let me know if you could see or hear me. That would be awesome. I don't think I'm on Twitch. That stinks. I was trying to be on both of them. Can you see me and hear me on YouTube? Yes, I'm live on YouTube. Fantastic. Hi, TubeWeens. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. We were having some problems today, so it looks like we are up on YouTube but not up on Twitch, so my apologies to the people on Twitch. I don't know why it's not working, but at least we're on YouTube. Yes, awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much, Liberty for Sale. I appreciate that. Liberty for you. Okay. And Boris, yes, awesome, fantastic. Well, how is everyone? Are you guys having a good week? Happy Thursday. Let me know how your week is going. Hey, Andrew. How are you? Good to see you. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I hope you guys can see me okay. Whew. So, let's get this party started. Welcome back to Vegas Aces Open Classroom live stream. I'm Heather Ferris with Vegas Aces, and today I'm going to be teaching you about Blackjack. So, if you didn't see the post for Facebook and Twitter, Blackjack won by 3 votes this week, only 3 votes. And that was followed by Craps with 2 votes, and we had a whole bunch of games that had 1 vote. We didn't have very many people vote this week. Normally we have about 20. This week we had about 10. So remember to vote, and you guys can decide what game we are going to play. Now, before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that we'll always be notified of our latest videos and live streams. My next live stream is my Blackjack tournament next Monday, August 12th at 7 p.m. So if you guys want to join us, we are going to be giving away another set of dice. That's what's that is the prize that is going to go to the winner, and hopefully we'll see you there. Hey, Scorned One, how are you? By the way, Scorned One, that reminds me, I knew okay, so last week was the Star Trek convention, and it was a pretty crazy week. As you could see, we're back in the studio and everything is normal again. But it was so funny. I just want to talk about this real quick. I accidentally uploaded to my Vegas Aces channel instead of my personal channel, and it was cleaned on karaoke. And I remember live streaming, and I look up and I see in the comments, and it's Scorned One, and he's basically like, what the F? What am I watching? And I'm like, oh no, I'm on my Vegas Aces one. Oh no. And that's when I figured out I was streaming to the wrong channel. So I just wanted to go over that thing. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Totally Scorned One. Hey, Slotshot, how you doing? Cool. So let's get started. Let's get this party going. Super Chat and Patreon. Remember, now you can tip with Super Chat. Super Chat is a way YouTube allows you to show your appreciation by tipping me any amount you want. Give it a try. Or you could show your support by becoming a member of my Patreon page. We have several different levels and rewards for you to choose from. Any membership level counts, even $1. So become a Patreon member today. Hi, James. How are you? Good to see you. Awesome. So again, if you guys are into Star Trek and you want to see the Star Trek convention, I know I talked about it already, but we're going to talk about it again. If you guys want to go to my personal page, You could either go to YouTube and search Star Trek Heather Ferris, and that should come up. Or you can search QTSY16. That's the name of my personal channel. And you can find all of the Star Trek stuff there. So we have live streams from the event, and now I'm uploading panels with commentary now. So, yay! Okay. Shall we get to this? Shall we learn how to play Blackjack? Let me know if you guys have any questions about Blackjack, if there's anything that I didn't go over that you want to hear. Otherwise, let's get to this thing. We are learning Blackjack today. Okay, so the object of the game is to get closer to 21 than the dealer without going over. Now, normally Blackjack is played with a deck of cards. And with the deck of cards, let me make sure, I think this is my Pai Gow deck, so I probably have a joker in here. Let's see. No joker, okay. So with the normal deck of cards, you have the 52 cards, which is all of the numbers, like you can see right here, and then 10 Jack, Queen, and King. Jack, Queen, and King are all 10 value cards, and then Ace could be either 1 or 11. So the Ace is what you need if you want a soft hand. We will go over soft hands later on, but an Ace is what creates a soft hand, and that's because it could be either 1 or 11. So you will normally see Blackjack played with either a single deck, a double deck, a 4, 6, or 8 deck shoe. Now this is a shoe right here. When I say a shoe, this is what I'm talking about. And this would be a 6 deck shoe. This would be the discard rack right here. That's where the cards go into. And as you can see, here is the table layout. So we have the betting spots right here, which the player is supposed to put their bet in. They are not allowed to put their bet on the side, over, under, anything like that. Their bet has to be in the middle of the betting circle for it to be a valid bet. And then here's the insurance line, and this is the area where the dealer handles their cards. So let's talk about the house edge really fast. Now, the house edge is the amount of money the casino is going to profit on each hand that you play. So each house edge is going to be different for each game, and it is expressed in a percentage. So for example, if you go to roulette and you know that the house edge for roulette is 5.26%, then if you play $100 every spin, you are pretty much guaranteed to lose $5.26 every single spin. If you were doing 30 spins an hour, 60 spins an hour, you can see how that starts to add up. And that is the profit that the casino makes. Now, of course, this is not always the case. You have your ups, you have your downs. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But mathematically speaking, on average, that is the amount that the casino is supposed to profit on the game. Now, for Blackjack, we have a pretty good house edge for Blackjack. And the house edge for Blackjack is roughly around 0.5%. That is a pretty good number. So you usually want to play on Blackjack. Now, you can get that house edge lower. The house edge depends on the rules. For example, does the dealer hit or stay on a soft 17? Are the players allowed to double after a split? When you split aces, can you only split once, or can you split up to 4 times? So there are a lot of different rules and factors that go into calculating the house edge, but you can get the house edge down to 0.26%, all the way down to 0.8%, but those kind of rules that make that house edge possible, you pretty much can't find it in Las Vegas. If you go to my website, vegas-aces.com, in the article section, I have an article called 2019 Guide to Gaming. And in it, I talk about Blackjack and I talk about the house edge. And there is 1 or 2 casinos where you can find a 0.26% house edge. And I talk about that in the article. So go to the article, read it, check it out. Hopefully it helps. Usually when you're playing those games, you have a high limit game, so you can't play those type of games unless it's like $100 minimum. But go check it out. Let me know what you think. Let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Hey James, hey Alan, how are you guys? Ooh, Vidiot, awesome. Hey Vidiot, how you doing? I'm glad you made it too, that's cool. If you follow Boris, oh, what is the house edge? Okay, so what is the house edge? The house edge is the amount of money that the casino pretty much makes in profit off of the player per hand. So with, for example, roulette, it's a 5.26% house edge. So they're supposed to make $5.26 for every $100 that they play. So they put up $100 on that one hand, and they're supposed to lose $5.26 from that 100 for that one hand. So if you play 30 hands an hour, if you play 60 hands an hour, you could sort of see how that adds up. And that is how much the casino is going to make in profit. Ah, basic strategy. Okay, gotcha. That is basic strategy. So when I am talking about like with blackjack, it's roughly around 0.5%. That's if you're playing perfect basic strategy. Like I said, check out the Wizard of Odds website. Actually, he will be on a live stream later today. We are going to be doing a live stream on his channel. But he has a calculator on there that's really cool. And, you know, with the perfect basic strategy, with all of these rules, you can actually put in all of those inputs and figure out what the house edge is for blackjack, because it ranges on blackjack. So I hope that helps. But roughly it's about 0.5% for blackjack. Okay, so everyone's good in the chat. Oh, awesome. Travesty. Hey, Travesty. Travesty on Twitch. Can you see me? Am I on Twitch right now? Let me know. I don't think I'm on Twitch, but let me know if I'm on Twitch. Okay, so let's continue. Now, when the dealer deals out the cards, the players are going to get 2 cards each, and the dealer is going to get 1 card face up and 1 card face down. The player has several different options that they could choose from. If they have a good hand, for example, if they have a 20, then they're going to stay. And stay means that they don't want another card. They want to stay with the hand that they have. So when they do stay, they're going to do a little waving motion like so to show that they are going to stay. Now, you never want to wave. For example, here's your bet. You never want to wave over your bet. Now you could see with the camera right there that you're covering that bet. So if you were a dealer and you see the player waving over their bet like that, tell them not to do that. Now the reason why is for game security, table protection. You could have a chip palmed in your hand, and when you wave over, you could put that chip on there, past posting. So that is why you never want the player to wave over their bet. Always have them do it on the side or behind, but never over or in front. So that would be stay. The next one is hit, and that's when you have 2 cards that equal, let's say, a 7. Well, you're not going to stay with the 7, you want another card. So because you want another card, you're going to hit and you're going to take another card. So in order to hit, you're going to use your 2 fingers and you're going to scratch the table like so. And that shows the dealer that you want to hit and take another card. Now, as a player, you have to show these hand gestures because you're not doing it for the dealer, you're doing it for the cameras up there. So the cameras can't hear what you say when they're recording, but they can see you. So they can't hear you say, oh, I want to hit. They actually have to see your hands take a hit, and then they know, oh, she wanted to hit. So that's why you always have to show your hand movements. So again, stay is you waving, and hit is you scratching the table like so. So the next is a double down, and usually double down on a 9, 10, or 11, especially if the dealer has a 4, 5, or 6 up card. And double, you're going to hold up your finger like so, showing that the dealer, you only want 1 card. So I'm going to double down. You have $10 on there. You're going to put $10 right next to it. It could be of an equal or lesser amount when you double down. You show the dealer you want 1 card, and they're going to hit you, and they're going to give you that 1 card. Now, splitting is sort of like doubling, whereas you have to put your money up there, same thing. But with doubling, you have to do an equal amount or less. With splitting, it always has to be an equal amount. And with splitting, you usually split when you have two cards of the same value. So you have 2 3s, then you could split the 2 3s. If you have 2 5s, well, you want to double on the 2 5s. Don't do the 2 5s. If you have 2 8s, you always split the 2 8s. So that's what splitting is. You always put the amount equal to the bet, your original bet. And then when you split, you do a V with your fingers showing the dealer that you want to split the cards. And then we have surrender. So for example, if you have a 16 and you know for sure that you are going to lose and you don't want to lose all of your bet, you could surrender. You would take your finger, draw a line behind your bet, and that shows the dealer that you want to surrender. The dealer will take your money, give you half of what you were betting, and then take your original bet. So if you had a $10 bet and you surrendered, then you would be given $5 and you don't have to play the hand. Or you would only lose $5 and you wouldn't have to play the hand. So let's see if you guys have any questions before we go on. Fun and games. Yay! Awesome. Congrats on your win. That's fantastic. Wow, sweet. Double deck. Very nice. Do you know what you're going to do with the money? Are you going to go to Disneyland? I'm going to go to Disneyland. Yay! Or vacation or something like that. That would be fun. Hey, Vodka Tonic. How are you? Good to see you. What does $100 get you? Oh, for the super chat. I have no idea. If you have a suggestion, go ahead and put it up. Nothing dirty. Okay, let's see. Supernatural. I know you could play 2 spots, but can you play all of the spots? And for what multiple of table minimum would that be? That is a fantastic question. Now, this answer really depends on the casino, because every casino is going to give you a different answer. But typically, depending on the casino, players can only play 1 spot. If they do play 2 spots or 3 spots, they have to double or triple their original bet. It really just depends. Now, there are some casinos that will let you play all of the spots, but they'll usually only do that for high rollers. And it just depends on how much the high roller is betting. They want to be able to control the risk-reward factor of the game. So there are a lot of components to take into consideration when making this decision. So that's why it depends on management and what management says and what they will allow. But usually with high rollers could get away with a lot more than what, say, normal people could get away with. So if you're a normal person and you're on a normal game and you want to play 2 hands, ask the dealer if you could play 2 hands. He'll probably say yes, but he'll probably tell you, oh, since you're betting $10 on this one, you have to bet $20 on this one. Or something similar to that effect. But it really just depends. And you can play at some casinos up to 3 hands and be okay. Usually you can't play more than that. Unless you're a high roller. So like I said, just depends on the situation and it depends on the casino. Yes, always split aces and eights. Definitely, Dane. Deal me in. That will be on Monday. Hey, Alex. How are you? Mercy. Awesome. You begin your dealer life. How are you liking it? Let me know. What games are you doing? Yay. Oh, hey. Cool. Okay. Okay, Mike, no problem. It's all good. I'll go a little longer with this. It's cool. Or, yeah, you're usually on time. There's no worries. It's all good. Oh, goodness. Martin, my first Vegas trip is in 12 days. Any tips for a first timer to the Las Vegas Strip? Yes, I do. So this is August. August is a pretty hot month for Las Vegas. We're usually in the, normally we're in the 110 degree area. When you're in Las Vegas, remember to bring hats, especially wide brim hats or baseball caps where you have some kind of shade. Also bring sunscreen lotion. Make sure you have plenty of water. When you are downtown, or it doesn't matter if you're downtown, it doesn't matter if you're on the strip. If you need water, expect to pay about $5 for a normal bottle of water. So it's super, super expensive. So that's why it's good to bring your water with you. Let's see, what are some other ones? Don't walk off of the strip and don't walk off of Fremont Street, especially after dark. I mean, during the day, yeah, okay, just be aware of your surroundings, but at night, don't do it. Especially downtown area, we have a lot of muggings and everything. Same thing with the Stratosphere area, SLS area. You want to pretty much stick to the casinos. Don't go wandering. You will get mugged, just so you know. Be careful. Let's see here. Other good tips for Las Vegas. When you are walking the strip, people will be selling you a bunch of stuff and handing you a bunch of stuff. You are not obligated to take it. You can walk by. It's perfectly acceptable to walk by. Unless, of course, you want to look at those images. Free images. That, okay, I totally understand. Free images, cool. But otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't take it. That would be, let's see, that's pretty much about it. Let's see, you guys have some tips. So, Vidiot says, get the $7.99 steak dinner at Ellis Island on Koval Lane behind the Paris. Yes, that is behind Bally's, behind Paris area. They're a good locals casino to go check out. Wear comfy shoes. Yes, that is fantastic. You're going to be doing a lot of walking. I know it looks close. I know it says on your thing, oh, it's only a mile. It's only 2 miles. It's a lot of walking, especially in the heat with the sun beating down on you. Let's see. Vidiot, I played my $10 entry blackjack tournament this weekend. Sweet. Great fun. I hope you did well. Fingers crossed. Hope you won. Scorned won. If I won $5,000, I would go to the Raiders game in Vegas. You guys took my home team. Oh no. Come to Las Vegas anyway. It'll be fun. Oh, Vodka Tonic, you were trolling, man. You were so trolling. So Vodka Tonic says visit the Green Door. I would not recommend visiting the Green Door unless you know what the Green Door is. If you don't know what the Green Door is, definitely Google it before you go there. Just saying. Would you recommend the South Point Casino? Yes, I would recommend the South Point Casino. They are a very nice casino. Good place to go play, good place to stay. Also recommend the Stations casinos. Yes, go to Red Rock, definitely. And just so you know, here's a tip. A lot of you might not know this. In January or February, Las Vegas has a really big snowstorm, and it snows a lot. We get like one big snowstorm a year. 1 week after that snowstorm, go up to Red Rock, go to the second to last stop, which is Icebox Canyon. And if you hike Icebox Canyon 1 week after a snowstorm, you will see a gorgeous waterfall with a gorgeous stream and a bunch of little waterfalls, and it's just so amazing because the whole thing is just lush. There's greenery everywhere, there's plants everywhere, there's butterflies everywhere, and it looks like something that just does not belong in a garden or in a desert area. So it looks more like a garden than it does a desert. So that's a tip. That's a locals tip for you right there. Awesome, Alex, we're looking forward to seeing you. Yay! I made it. Oh, good, you made it to the final. Very nice. Still making it to the final. That's fantastic. Awesome. Yeah. Scorned one, you're just going to have to Google it. If I started talking about the Green Door, I would probably be what's the word? YouTube would have a problem with me, and my channel would be strict or stricken or I don't know what the word is, but it would get a penalty. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to be penalized from YouTube. It's not safe for work type of material. So Alan White says, I was playing poker on my iPad and it was called Set Poker as an anti-play match, 3 cards or 6 cards. Have you heard of this game? And they deal 3 cards standard. Well, we have a lot of different carnival games, especially different variations of poker. We have like 3-card poker, 4-card poker, crazy 4 poker. I think there's a 6-card poker out there. So there's a lot of different variations. I've heard a lot of different variations. Did you have a question, or were you just asking if I heard it or not? I might have missed your question. What about the El Cortez for a novice blackjack player? El Cortez is good for a beginner blackjack player. Yeah, maybe a novice. Yeah, definitely. Same thing with all of the other Fremont Street or downtown casinos. They're really good for beginners. Vidiot, have you been to a baseball game at the new ballpark next to the Red Rock? No, I have not been to that stadium, and I have not been to a baseball game yet. Vodka tonic, are those pesky grasshoppers gone yet? Yes, they're gone. They have left, but I have a picture of one huge grasshopper on my, it was on my car windshield wiper, and it basically drove with me all the way home. It stayed on my car windshield wiper for the whole way home, and it was this huge sucker. I don't know what he was holding on to, but I made sure I took a picture of that. Scorned one. I'm glad you Googled it. Hey Chuck Schaefer, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm a Las Vegas native. I know the stuff that happens in my town. Oh, you could play 6 cards on some variation of 3 cards, can't you? Yes, that is one variation. There's a lot of different variations of poker. Actually, there's 18 different variations of poker that you need to know if you want to be a World Series of Poker dealer. That's just a little tidbit of information. Okay, so we got to all of your questions and comments and everything. So let us continue. So next we're going to talk about blackjack, insurance, and even money. So if the player has a blackjack can only occur on your first 2 cards. That's the only time it can occur, is on your first 2 cards. So if, for example, you have 2 aces and you split the aces and you get a 10 for each of those hands, that is not a blackjack. That's 21. That's not a blackjack. Blackjack can only occur on your first 2 cards. So on your first 2 cards, if you have a 10 or a face and an ace, this right here, this is a blackjack. So there are 2 different types of tables, 2 different types of blackjacks that you could play. You have the 3-2 blackjack game and then the 6-5 blackjack game. If you are staying on a 6-5 game, please move immediately. And the reason why is because you are playing the exact same game as a 3-2 game, only you are being paid less money. So that's worse for you. That is not beneficial for you. That's worse for you. So if you're on a blackjack table and it's a 6-5 game, or you don't know what game it is, ask your dealer. And if they say it's a 6-5 game, you want to get up and you want to move to a blackjack table that is a 3-2 game. And that means you will be paid more money for your blackjack on a 3-2 game than you would be on a 6-5 game. Now, let me show you an example of this. If you are on a 3-2 game, okay, so we have 2 blackjacks right here. We'll just pretend that this one's a blackjack as well. And this is a 3-2 game right here. you will get paid $7.50 for your $5 bet. So $7.50 for your $5 bet. Now let's pretend this one right here, let's pretend that's a 6 to 5 game. So if you have a blackjack on a 6 to 5 game, you are going to get paid $6 for that $5 bet. So would you rather get paid $6 for that $5 bet or $7.50 for that exact same blackjack for that exact same $5 bet? Now the $7.50 is $1.50 more, so you get paid more money on a 3 to 2 game than you would a 6 to 5 game, and that's why you always want to sit down on a 3 to 2 game and not a 6 to 5 game. Okay, let's see what you're saying real quick in here. So Alan White asks, do you know if they're playing that poker game in casinos? Every casino is different. It just depends. It also depends on the timing in the day. So different days and different times, they're going to have different games playing. For the most part, poker rooms typically play Texas Hold'em, and they do some tournaments with different poker games, but that's something where you actually have to call the poker room and ask them what games they offer and when they offer them. It really just depends on the casino. Mike Metal. Okay, cool. Hey, Mike Metal, how you? I am a poker player, but I like blackjack too. Sweet. Are those half dollars or quarters? They're both. So I got quarters right here, and I got half dollars right here. So I got both of them. Sweet. Yes, that is true. So you are going to see the 3 to 2 blackjack games more in the high limit area now, and more 6 to 5 games on the casino floor. You might have to do some digging. You might have to do some detective work to find a 3 to 2 game on the casino floor with a decent minimum. But it really just depends on the casino. So, for example, if you go to, say, the Wynn or Bellagio or some Venetian, something like that, they're more likely to have all the 3 to 2 games in the high limit area than they would be on the casino floor. If you do the more locals casinos, for example, the Stations casinos, they have all 3 to 2 games, no 6 to 5 games. Maybe one 6 to 5 game, but pretty much all 3 to 2 games. Okay, so let us continue. So we did the player's blackjack. Now, what happens when the dealer has a blackjack? Now, there are 2 things that are going to happen when the dealer has a blackjack. The dealer has 1 card face up and 1 card face down. Now, if the dealer has a 10 up card, they're going to look in the mirror like so, and they're going to check and see if they have a blackjack. Ooh, look, I got a blackjack. And then they'll flip it over, and then they have a blackjack, and then they will just take everybody's money. You don't even get a choice. You don't get a say in the matter. You probably won't even realize it's coming until the dealer takes your money and you're like, what just happened? Oh, you got a blackjack. That's what happened. Okay. So the dealer will have a 10 face up card. They'll double check it. They'll say they have a blackjack. They'll flip it over and they'll start taking everyone's money. So that's one way. The second way is if they have an ace up. Now, if they have an ace up, they're going to flip it to the side like so. They're going to run their hand along the insurance line, and they're going to say insurance. Insurance is closed. And everyone is supposed to decide if they want insurance. So, for example, if we have a player right here who has a $50 bet and he has a 20. A 20 is a really, really good hand. So he thinks that he has a winner no matter what. So he wants to make sure that he insures this bet. So he's going to put up half of his original bet. So he has a $50 original bet right here. So half of the $50 bet is $25. So he is going to put $25 on the insurance line. And if I have, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. So he'll put $25 on the insurance line. So he is insuring his bet. Now we have a player over here who has 16. And 16 is a really bad hand. He does not like that hand. That's just a horrible hand. So he's like, you know what? I got a really bad hand. I am not going to insure that. So he does not do insurance at all. Okay, so one is insured, one is not insured. I look at my cards. I see that I have a blackjack. I flip over a blackjack. Because this player insured his bet, he gets his insurance bet and he gets his original bet. So he gets to keep both of them and nothing happens. Now, because this player did not insure his bet, I take his money because I have a blackjack and he has the 16. So I win and he didn't insure it. Now, let us go back to this player real quick, and I want to explain something real fast. What I did was super lazy. So, I mean, dealers do it all the time because it just makes things go by a lot faster, but it's still super lazy. And why that is because technically that is what's supposed to happen. You keep your bet and you keep your insurance bet. But what's supposed to happen, what is technically supposed to happen that the dealer is supposed to do, is they're supposed to take the original bet because, you know, my blackjack beat their 20, so technically I win, so I take their bet. But because they have an insurance bet, they get paid 2 to 1. So he has $25 up here. He gets paid 2 to 1. That 2 to 1 is the $50 that he originally lost. So technically, it's exactly the same thing. So that is why some dealers will just take the insurance bet and they'll push it back and they'll just be like, push. Because it's just a lot faster, and that's basically what the dealer does. But what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to take the original bet and then pay the insurance 2 to 1, which again is exactly the same thing as. So that's just a little etiquette, a little talk about etiquette. Next is even money. Okay. So let's say, for example, okay, so on this scenario right here, the player has a blackjack and the dealer has an ace-up card. So I have an ace-up card and I'm asking for insurance. Now this guy, he has a blackjack. He has a winner. If he does not take insurance, if he says, nah, I'm going to wait, I don't think you have it. If he does not take insurance, and I do have a blackjack, like so, then his hand pushes. If I do not have a blackjack, if I say turn over an ace and a 6, for example, then he would win his original bet plus his bonus. So he has a $10 bet. He would win that $15. And that's if I do not have a blackjack. If I do have a blackjack, he would push. Now, something he could do is when I ask for insurance, I can ask him for even money. And even money is when he does take insurance. So he has a blackjack. That's pretty much a surefire win. If he pays for insurance, that's the bonus that he gets for his blackjack. So, for example, blackjack for a $10 bet pays $15. That $5 bonus that he got would go to the casino to pay for the insurance, leaving the player with even money. And that's what even money is. And you can only do even money on a blackjack. So, even money, you're basically using your bonus to pay for insurance. Now, let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if there's anything you don't understand about insurance, anything you don't understand about blackjacks, or anything you don't understand about even money. I need to take a drink because I am talking way too much. So give me a second. And then I'll read your comments and I'll see if you have any questions or anything. So, Tube Wings asks, do you personally recommend insurance? No, I do not recommend insurance. It is a sucker's bet. One way to look at insurance. If a dealer has an ace-up card Oh, there was a way I used to explain this all the time when I was on Blackjack. Basically, when you're looking at a deck of cards and you take into factor all of the tens, the jacks, the queens, and the kings, all of those 10 cards equal 1/3 of the deck. And that means that 2/3 of the deck are numbers. So I do not recommend insurance because 1/3 of the time it's going to be blackjack, but 2/3 of the time it's not going to be blackjack. So more often than not, it's not going to be blackjack than it will be blackjack. And that's why I don't recommend taking insurance. $50 to top off multiple smaller chip stacks within the main bet, so there are multiple. Okay, cool. Do you recommend betting the same amount every time, or how do you recommend betting patterns for beginners? It really depends on you and your personal preference. So every player is different. They're going to have different money strategies, money management strategies, and everything. It really just depends on yourself and how you want to play. There are a ton of strategies out there that you could do, and everyone thinks that their strategy is the best way. But it really just depends on personal preference. So what is your personal preference? My personal preference for betting strategies is I have a certain amount that I'm going to lose. So for example, when I go to the table, I'm going to lose $20. No matter what happens, I will lose this $20, no matter what. And I'm playing $5 bets. So that's 4 times that I have to lose for me to get up and walk away from the table. So that amount right there, that's the amount that I have to lose in order to leave the table. Now, when I go and I play, so example, I have $20 right here. That's the amount I'm going to lose. I go and I play and I win one, okay? So that amount goes back to my $20, and anything extra that I win, for example, if I win the next one, that extra amount will go over in my keep pile. And no matter what happens, when I lose this money, whatever I have in this pile is what I'm walking away with. So for example, okay, so I win again, that's awesome, it goes in my keep pile. I win again, awesome, goes into my keep pile, and then I lose. So the casino wins and I lose. So then I'm going back into this pile right here, and I'm going to play this. If I lose that, well, it's lost, and now I'm going to go to this one. If I lose that, it's lost. You see how my pile's going down? So if I lose again, if I lose all of them, then I'll get up and I'll walk away with this amount in my keep pile. If I win, for example, oh, here's the last one, and I win, that's going over in this pile right here. So let's say I win again. So now I have the 4 that I'm going to lose before I get up and walk away. And anything more than that goes into my keep pile. That's how I play. That's my strategy that I use. So that's just my personal preference. That's not the best way to do it. That's not what, I'm not saying you have to do it just because I do it that way. That's just what I choose. And like I said, every single person is different. Let me know what you mean. Eater? Okay, I don't know the first part of your name, but I can figure out Eater. So let me know what you're talking about, Eater, and I will answer for you. Now, let me just answer a couple more questions real quick. Game security. Now, this is for the dealers out there. This is really good for the dealers. When you are on... Actually, we'll do the shoe first. When you're on a shoe game, or actually when you're on any game, you always want to case the layout. Make sure that there's nothing on the table that's not supposed to be on there. If you can't drink it, smoke it, or gamble it, it's not supposed to be on the table. Double check and see what everyone is playing. Look at their bets and memorize what they're playing. So that way when you're going through the game and you go to pay everyone, if this person's playing $10 and all of a sudden that $10 turns into $30, you know that something happened right there. So that's why casing your layout is really important, and especially like memorizing what the players are playing. So that way you know if anything changes. That's really important. Walking your game is very important. You want to be aware of your body and how open you are. You never want to close off your body or turn your body. For example, if I use my right hand to play this player over here, you could see how I'm shutting off my body and I'm turning my back to the rack, to the bank. That's not good. You never want to do that. That's why some casinos tell you pay from this tube with this hand and this tube from this hand, so that way you always stay open to the game and you never turn your back to the game or the money. So you always want to walk the game. Another part of walking the game is actually walking the game. So you're going to walk over here, you're going to be facing this way, you're going to be walking over here, you're going to be facing this way. You always want to have the whole table in view at all times. So for example, if you're dealing out the game and this player right here spills a drink, instead of taking your towel and focusing only on this area right here and ignoring the rest of the table and your bank, not a good thing to do, you would walk your game, walk over here, open yourself up to the whole table, clean up the drink, clean up the spill, while you could still see your entire table at all times. So always keep that in mind. You never want to close yourself off to the game. Another thing is for a pitch game. So if you are on a single deck or a double deck and you are pitching, how you hold the deck is really important. So let's just pretend that I'm on a pitch game real fast. You want to keep the deck slightly away from the body and at an upward angle. And this makes it hard for the players to see the top card, and they can't see the marked card. Now, some dealers hold the cards really, really low, like so, and then you could see the marked card. That's not good. That's why when you're holding the deck, you want to keep it at an upward angle and slightly away from your body, like so. You also want to make sure that all of the sides are covered, and you don't want it to be too high or too low. Now, I told you why you don't want it to be too low. You don't want it to be too high because the dealer could flash the next card to the player. So it's not good to have it too high. This shows the cameras that you're cheating, and this is how they find out, oh, that dealer is working with that player. Don't do that. You want to hold it, again, belly height, slightly away from your body, and at an upward angle. And then you pitch the cards, and you want to keep it in that upward angle. You never want to dip. So some dealers, they hold the cards right, and then they dip, like so. You never want to dip. You always want to keep it up and at an angle, like so. So let me know if you guys have any other questions. We are hitting the 3 o'clock mark. Mike Shackelford is going to be over here pretty soon, and we are going to do a live stream on his channel. So if you want to continue watching a live stream, join us on his channel. The odds must be crazy, and I am doing a live stream with Mike Shackelford today at 3 p.m. So I got to get running. Let me see real quick what else you guys are saying. Cereal eater. Oh, that's cool. Cereal eater. I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, Mike has a simple strategy you can use. Exactly. And like I said, we're going to be doing a live stream with Mike. So join us on his channel. The odds must be crazy. And you can ask him about that simple strategy on his channel. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Any other questions that I see are going to take long answers. So please join us on The Odds Must Be Crazy with Mike Shackelford and myself, and we will answer those questions. I got to get running. We got to set up for his thing. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, right. One more thing. Just a quick reminder, Vegas Aces is supported by viewers like you. Donations do make it possible for all of these videos to be brought to you for free. If you think that this video was worth more than $0, please click on the link in the description below and donate whatever amount that you feel this video was worth. By contributing, you are helping support me and this channel, and I greatly appreciate it. So that does it for today's show. Thank you so much for joining us. Join me again next time, next Monday at 7 p.m. for our Blackjack tournament, and I hope to see you there. Until then, this is Heather Ferris reminding you that education can change the world. Talk to you later, guys. Have a good one.